Your frequency is on low power mode. And when you make this switch, when you take your ability to transform something and apply it to yourself, you will shift your reality. My name is Henry Lawrence, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to become dynamic, how to change your energy into anything that you desire so that you can experience the life that you were meant to live. And make sure to listen all the way through, because at the very end, we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. Well, before we get into this message, remember who you are. You are the rising tide that lifts all ships. So if there's something impactful, if there's something in here that gives you a different perspective, shifts your energy, leave a comment, like the video, share it with others. We are growing together, and your effort in that can encourage somebody and give them a reason to give this a listen so that they can make the change too. So let me tell you something about yourself. And this is me talking to me, but if it applies to you, then you better listen the fuck up and make a change. Your self-talk sucks. You have the ability with your words and your thoughts to transform reality, and you keep talking to yourself like shit. Change your self-belief. Change your internal dialogue. I am a temple. This body was prepared by God, for the universe, whatever you want to say. Have some high expectations of what you are and speak highly to yourself. And speak so highly of yourself that if anyone else heard it, they would say you're egotistical, you're full of yourself, you're self-centered, you're selfish, you're all those things. If they are saying that to you, then you are doing the right thing. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would I want to be those things? You're not going to be those things. You are just going to speak about yourself in the most high regard so that you can give to others, so that you can lift others. Your why is important. They can't see your why because they're so stuck in lack, they only see the things that you're talking about. Right? When I start saying, I'm a multimillionaire, I'm the sexiest person on the planet, I'm the best looking, I'm the strongest, I'm the fastest, I'm not saying that to compare to others. I'm not saying that I am this, so someone else must be lower. I am saying that I am this, and I'm speaking that high frequency to myself. I understand the value of my words. I understand what that does. And so if you're not doing that to yourself, you are lowering your energy. If you're walking around talking about your faults, your lack, your areas, or you're falling short, then you are going to become those things. It doesn't mean you don't reflect. It doesn't mean you don't look at those things, but your steady state internal dialogue has to be high. If you want to transform yourself, transform the way you believe in yourself. Like, go big. Whatever lights you up, do it. And who gives a fuck about what someone else thinks? Here's an example. Here is a perfect example of where I'm going. You'll get to see it happen, and then everyone else is going to watch and have a resistance to it, right? Whether you're someone that's known me forever, so you're just watching this podcast for the first time, somebody is going to have resistance. And you know what? People are going to have resistance to your beliefs too. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they mentioned a book idea that they had. But for some reason, when they said that, and this is how the universe speaks to you sometimes, a phrase came to my mind. And I thought it was funny, I thought it was clever, but also challenged the fuck out of me to be something that I would say that I would actually do. Right? The resistance of who I was in high school, the resistance of who I was when I was younger, the resistance of who I was even 5 years ago came into play and said, that can't be you. You can't do that. That's when I knew I had to double down. I have to triple down in this belief of something. And the book idea was, and it's a good one. Are you ready for this? It starts, daddy's in the word, 7-figure daddy, right? Like me walking around saying, who's your daddy? If you knew me from when I was younger, I would never say those words. Walking into the place like daddy's fucking home, right? Stepping up into that masculine, that man energy of who I want to be, who I want to say I am. Yes, people are going to have an opinion about that. And guess what? When you say you're that, if you say you're the fucking daddy, you're the father, you're the king, you're the one of those things, when you say it, you're going to go against a resistance in this world where you get to prove it. So now by me saying I'm a 7-figure daddy, what if I write that fucking book? What if I write that book, 7-Figure Daddy? In the beginning, I'm starting this book not as a multimillionaire, but at the very end, you're going to see the process, the mindset, the shift to become a multimillionaire, to become the best father that you can be, the best man that you can be, and fucking a daddy when you need to be that too, right? Like, what kind of book would that be? Does it exist? Or am I the one that's supposed to bring it? Am I supposed to step into my energy strong enough to where I can become somebody that would write that? Because there's a whole series: 7-figure daddy, 8-figure daddy, 9-figure daddy, 10-figure daddy. Like what? Why wouldn't I be that person? Because my self-talk isn't strong enough yet. So I have to elevate that belief to where every single cell in my body, I'm talking like, hey, you are the best. You are the strongest. You're the sexiest. You're the fastest. You're the smartest. Like just uplifting every bit of me to that high level to where when I walk in, the energy in the room is daddy is home, right? That's an energy that is not given. That's a status that is taken. That is a reality which is created. That will never be given to you. That kingdom, that leadership, those things, it will not be given to you. You have to become someone that goes where it's absent, become it and create it, and it becomes your reality. If you're not trying to elevate, that's okay. That's your experience. But over here, we are elevating. Next year, you better be different. You cannot be in the same position next year and continue to listen to this podcast. One day, with AI, I will figure out a way where if you stay the same, you don't get access. Right? Because by connecting here, by saying you're riding with me and then you're not doing the work, that's a disservice to me. I mean, I'm not doing enough in my life to piss you off enough to actually change. You should feel that I'm growing away from you if you're not moving. You should feel that I'm moving in a different direction than you if you're not growing. Now, if you go in a different direction because you're just on your growth, that's fine. Like, you don't have to be on my path, but I need to be on a path that's rising up to where this room is different, right? This face is different. The leanness, all of those things, different. The bank account, different. The mindset, different. The reality, different. If I keep staying the same, then I will never be that 7-figure daddy. I will never be that motherfucker that has the jet, that has the things, because otherwise I would have it now. So lock into yourself to a high degree. Elevate that version of you that is speaking, that is saying, hey, I want to exist. I have an idea. I have a vision of what I want to be within you. It's there. It's ready to come out, but you have to be willing to say it. You have to be willing to say it and be made fun of. You'd have to be willing to say it and be judged. You got to be willing to say it and not live up to it at first. You have to become the thing, right? You get this thing in your mind, this implant of who you're supposed to be. Well, then you have to go through this life that you're given to become it. That's what's going on here, and you are missing it. I was missing it. Kill the old version of you that has to have the snacks. Kill the old version of you that has to spend money when it's not meant to be spent. Kill the version of you that wastes time that is meant to be given to you. That version of you is keeping you from where you're trying to go. It's not your boss. It's not your roommate. It's not your parents. It's not the people around you. They are doing their own life. And if you're allowing their own life to control you, then you have given them your power. And it's okay to be in this state. I've been in that state. I'm working out of that state. But bust through that motherfucker and crush. Bust through that and shift. Crush through that and become something. Don't be the same. Don't allow me to be the same. Raise your expectation of me. Like, I want to be so grand in things that the expectation that you have when I show up in the room is so high that I must be that version of me. That daddy must be home when we make that shift. Right? That's available to you. You can be the coolest version of somebody that you wanted to be in this life. You could be it. If you want tattoos, get them. If you want a certain haircut, get it. If you want a certain body, make it happen. If you want a certain bank account, live it. Those desires will propel you into areas in which you can shine. And the best part is, we're not just talking about money. We're not just talking about looks. We're not just talking about the physical reality. We are talking about your soul, your energy, your spiritual alignment, which is the most important thing. When you get that right, when we elevate that internal version of you, you get to experience all these things, but you realize you don't need any of them. They just become fun things you do where you bring your elevated self there and life moves on and you keep creating. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to step into this daddy energy because I'm going to breathe in and say, I'm that motherfucking daddy, whatever that means. And you can say that whatever you want to say for you. But I'm going to breathe in that. I have a vision of how I look. I have a vision of how my shoulders look, my body look, everything. I know how this version of me looks. And a year from now, I'm going to be so much closer to it. And I hope that you are too. So as I breathe in, I'm going to feel my body go into position. As I'm holding my breath, I'm going to visualize myself in a scenario where people are reinforcing that belief that I said. You do the same with whatever belief that is for you. And then as you exhale, allow anything that doesn't resonate with you to leave you. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and out. Everything is happening for you. This life is meant to be a movie, and it's the movie that you want to live. Let's get out of the basement. Let's get out of the shadows. Let's get out of the lower frequencies that we've been. Let's set big goals, set high expectations for ourselves, align our mind and our words into the highest degree to ourselves. Meaning, I am the best. I am the greatest. I am the strongest. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It's just those words have meaning. Pour them into yourself and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you haven't already, subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. When you do, you're going to get an email every single time an episode comes out with easy to follow exercises so that you can make your daily shift, so you can tap into this energy. And then there's some really cool news to come. A really fun community for expansion, for growth is going to be coming to email first. So if you haven't subscribed or you're not following me on social media, you're missing out. Links for all of that below, or you can search it at Real Energy. That's my handle for Instagram and TikTok. You can find me there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.